So I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the announcement that Don Broco was releasing a song featuring Nickelback, I got all sorts of excited because I've been listening to Nickelback since I was a kid, and Don Broco I've been listening to since their album Automatic came out back in 2016, 2017, something like that. And yeah, this is, I feel like I'm gonna be a very fascinating collab here. The reason why I say that, Don Broco, starting from this album cycle, has gotten a little bit heavier on the heavier side, you know, kind of approaching this almost new metal, alternative metal kind of sound lately, with maybe, I know the first couple of singles for this album kind of had a little touch of like harsh vocals, which isn't something that they have ever done before. Going back even to their first album, Priorities, they've never screamed. They've always been like a pop rock, alternative rock kind of band, mixed with like a little bit of groove to it. And yeah, seeing that these guys are collabing with the Canadian legends that is Nickelback, you know, and I'm a huge fan of Nickelback, always have been. I grew up on them all throughout my entire life, listening to Nickelback. Yeah, this is, I feel like, definitely going to be a very fascinating one. Now for Nickelback, not a huge fan of their last album. They only had a few good songs on the album for me. Last album wasn't it for me. But other than that, they have a pretty solid discography. I know Nickelback always gets the hate for being the ballad band or the radio rock band or whatever, but they can go hard sometimes. They do have some absolute metal bangers, you know, even though they're classified as a rock band, they do have a lot of metal style bangers as well. Yeah, definitely am ready to get into this because Don Broco, like I said, I've been a longtime fan of since like 2016, 2017, back when their album Automatic came out. I still rep that album all the freaking time. And yeah, I know I don't react to these guys on the channel, but it is purely because when you look at everyone else's reactions, numbers aren't really a thing. They don't really get views for reactions. I guess it's very obscure. But I figure I'm gonna try and do this one and see how this performs because it's got Nickelback in it. Yeah, so with all that being said, let's just dive into this because I'm ready for this collab to you know, surprise me. I'm pretty sure the vibe that I want to see out of this is maybe a you know, ballad style chorus the way Nickelback does, and then maybe doing the Don Broco verses of like the pure funk groove. I would love to hear that. We'll see what we get though, so nothing else to say but to just dive in. So this is Don Broco with their brand new track called Nightmare Tripping featuring Nickelback. Let's get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're getting the Don Broco groove. Ooh, okay. That was sick. Oh, okay. This is different for Don Broco. Oh. This is what I was thinking we were gonna get right here. Oh, okay. We have actual harsh vocals here. This is interesting. Ooh, that chorus though. The way that came in. Ooh. I always love Chad's voice, man. Chad Kroeger is such a great vocalist. Ooh. Okay. This is the style I'm used to. Oh, okay. Very unique vocal choice here. That's something to get used to. I'm not used to harsh vocals from these guys. Oh. That is one hell of a chorus, man. I'm loving how weird and wacky this song is so far. But that's Don Broco for you. Love how they're sharing the chorus too. Oh, looks like we're gonna get some sexy time here. Guitars coming in. Oh. Oh, and we're getting a breakdown. Whew. Oh, that's synth though too. Oh, this is not what I was expecting at all. And bringing back Chad. Okay. Oh, okay. And now we're gonna ascend to heaven here. Blow it away. I'm really digging the aesthetics, the vibes of this part here. This is sick. Yeah, this is definitely unexpected for this collab, and this is a moment to remember for Don Broco. Okay, and we're getting a fade out? No? Okay. Okay. Let's talk about it. All right, yeah, we definitely have some things to talk about for this track. I was definitely blown away and surprised on how heavy the track was for featuring fucking Nickelback. I did not expect it to go that route at all. As I said before the song even started, I was expecting a complete like normal Don Broco vibe track with a Nickelback feature. You know, I didn't know if he was going to be singing the chorus or not, or just like a verse. I wasn't too sure what we were going to get, but a heavy song with screams that, mind you, again, Don Broco is not familiar with. Like, this is the most screaming that they've ever done, right? And they before this album cycle, they've never done it before. So the fact that we're getting this new heavier sound from Don Broco, and mind you, a heavy sound for a feature for Nickelback, which I again never thought Nickelback would even consider featuring on a song with screams. I never would have imagined this in a million freaking years. If you had told me in 2026 we're gonna get Nickelback or Chad Kroeger at the very least on a song with screaming on it, I would have said you're crazy, because like that is nuts. Like I never would have thought that in a million years. Like I said, Nickelback does have their heavy bangers, but this is by far like the heaviest, weirdest, and wackiest kind of song that they've ever been a part of. And yeah, I really did love it. The Chad chorus was definitely the highlight for me, because Chad Kroeger, he's great at doing these radio friendly kind of styled choruses. It's what Nickelback is most memed for, right? And the fact that they made it work into a heavy track like this, that was also very experimental in different aspects as well. I really dug how the song was formed. And yeah, this is going to be going on repeat probably for the rest of the day, especially because of that chorus. Now let's see, again, the harsh vocal aspect, that was again something that took me by surprise. I never really thought that they were going to go that heavy. I can't remember. I think it was the very first single for this album, that there was a tiny bit of heaviness with some like a touch of screams. And I thought that was maybe the most that they would ever do, because as I've said multiple times already, they don't do that. And I guess that's why like not a lot of people know about this band, and not a lot of people check out reactions for this band and everything. And maybe this will change that. I don't know. Maybe this will set a new precedent for Don Broco here to be more exposed via reactions, right? I would really love to start reacting to them, because even their last track, Euphoria, best song in years by them, by the way. Euphoria is definitely one of the most catchiest earworms I've heard all of last year. I really loved Euphoria. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna stick around for this album. Seeing that they featured Nickelback on this album, I'm actually very curious what other features do they have in store, because if they nailed someone as big as Nickelback on a track, who else did they get? What are we gonna see, like freaking Celine Dion on a freaking track or something? Like, what's next? I know I'm probably talking out my ass here, but like, you never know, right? You never know. I mean, this came as a huge surprise. When Nickelback and Don Broco were like teasing these pictures on social media a couple days ago, I didn't think that an actual collab was going to be coming out of this. I thought maybe they just hung out in the studio or something like that. I did not think that this was going to be a full-on collab, and here we are. History in the making. Nickelback on a metal track here. That was absolutely great. I loved how everything just flowed together. If there's one thing to know about Don Broco, if you've never heard of them before, their style of this track doesn't fully tell the whole story of Don Broco. I again would highly recommend you go check out their very first album, Priorities. It is more on the popular side of things. Then you go to Automatic, where they start getting a little bit more of that alternative rock. And I feel like the progression of Don Broco has started from light to heavy. So who knows? Maybe even the next album might be just full scent metalcore. Who knows? Right? But yeah, really dug this track. Really surprised on how well this actually worked. Because I, again, didn't really think that this was going to be a thing. But yeah, here we are. But yeah, I think I'm going to end that reaction here. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of this song, this collab? What other collabs do you think Don Broco has in store for us on this album that comes out next month? And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, hit that like button if you did enjoy. Don't forget to follow me on social media. The link will be listed down below. But yeah, that's about it. I've been Shinebox. Keep shining, everyone, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.